Today we're going to be having a short course on non-compliance for dummies. Stay tuned. So today I was in my local library and all of these books kept jumping out at me. The ones behind me, the ones that you can see, piano lessons for dummies, forensics for dummies, chemistry for dummies, and it made me think of what's going on in Australia at the moment with all the teachers. Now I do have a place to speak here because I did used to work for the education department until I was stood down, so I am going to put in my 2 cents worth. Now, the Queensland teachers who chose not to be badged and were stood down for over 6 months and have returned to work now have just been informed by the Education Minister, Grace, and it's not a twitch, that's her name, Grace, that their pay will be docked for the next 18 months because they failed to comply with directives, claiming that it's the consequences of their actions. My question to everybody is, where are the teachers? Where are the parents? Where are the citizens of Australia that stand up and say, this is not acceptable? It really makes me kind of annoyed when I ran into someone at Kings Park 2 weeks ago who had thousands of teachers with them because they were going to Parliament House to protest to our Supreme Leader, Mr. Mark McGowan, because they weren't happy with the 3% pay rise. They wanted 5 to stay alive.
And why am I dressed in red today? Because the United Workforce are here today to tell Mark McGowan we are taking 5 to survive. Not 3, 5 to survive.
Where are those people now? Where are those teachers and education assistants now supporting the Queensland teachers when their pay is going to be docked for the next 18 weeks? It is atrocious, it is a disgrace, and if anybody doesn't think that we are full-fledged, way past the beginning of the social credit system coming to Australia, you need to have a good hard look at yourself, because it started years ago with the Children's Badge Charter when they made parents badge their children to go to kindergarten and preschool. And if you didn't, your family tax benefits were null and void. And it particularly bothers me and gets my goat when I see something like I saw today on Channel 7, one of the mainstream channels, spewers of lies and propaganda, where they reported that today on the streets of Perth, a so-called TikTok OnlyFans star was having a meet and greet in the city, and the police had to shut it down because there were so many people there that teenagers were being crushed. These people, hundreds of people on the street going to see some TikToker, some OnlyFans person, when our children's teachers, the people who didn't comply, the people who have brains, the people who have a pair in their pants, who stood up and said no, are being left out in the cold by themselves. It's an absolute travesty and a shame. I'm ashamed to be Australian today. Please keep your eye out for my up-and-coming book release called Non-Compliance for Dummies. And as my beautiful podcasting friend on the 8 News show on Podbean often says to people who say, but Andrew, what can you do? His answer is very simple, and that is, you say no. The first page, the only page of my up-and-coming book, Non-Compliance for Dummies, will be, just say no, I will not comply. Until my next video, I'm going to say bye. Sorry, reprobate. Some brainless reprobate.